Want to buy prime junk. If you have ever looked at the trade chat, you have probably seen messages like this. But what exactly are these people buying? Why are they buying it? Are they making platinum? Are they getting scammed? Are you getting scammed? And most importantly, should you sell your prime junk to them? If yes, is there anything you should check before selling it? Or maybe you are wondering whether you should be buying prime junk yourself. Today we'll answer all of those questions, and near the end, I'll show what does the Soviet Union have to do with any of this. First off, let's figure out what prime junk actually is, because there are no official mentions of this thing. Instead, players use this term for prime piles that have low price, which can be converted into ducats without any doubts, and only when players trade batches of items. In most cases, only full trades, when seller fills all the slots with junk. Prices of the parts are non-negotiable as buyers need them just for ducats, so raising a price of vaulted items may lead to rejection by a junk buyer. There are 5 tiers of prime items and all of them have different prices. 15 and 25 ducats items which cost 1 platinum per item. They are corresponding to the common tier. 45 ducats cost 15 platinum per batch, or rounded to 2 or 3 per item if mixing with other tiers. Depends on how greedy you are. 65 ducats cost roughly 5 platinum per item. Both are in the uncommon tier. 100 ducats, 50 platinum per full trade, or 8 platinum if mixing with other tiers. If you calculate per ducat price, you may notice that the price of 1 ducat is increasing. 12 ducats per 1 platinum if trading 100s, and 15 ducats per 1 platinum if trading 45s. That's because traders want to save their daily trading limit, and because it's way harder to get golden ones, and most of them buy ducats practically every day for all available trades that they have. So why should you sell items as prime junk and not separately? Actually, there's just one reason. Your account has trading limit. It equals to your rank. For example, if you are rank 2, your limit is 2. And if you are rank 10, your limit is 10. And so on. So, if your limit is 2 and you want to sell 12 uncommon items, it will take 6 days to do it. And you will get around 6 to 10 platinum per day. But if you sold them in 2 batches, you would get 30 platinum per day. Before you sell your ducats, you must check these things. First one, are items vaulted? If yes, they probably cost too much. To check it, you can visit the official game wiki. Search for the prime vault page, scroll a little bit down, and check the not yet vaulted tab. If your item is present in this tab, it's mostly safe to sell it, but look at the dates. If items in the bottom of this table were released a couple of weeks ago, they may cost higher than average, as they have a lot more buyers than sellers. If the last items were released around 3 months ago, that means the oldest will be vaulted soon, and their price will rise. So, I recommend you to keep them and wait, or even leave them for yourself to craft these items in the future. Then, check the Never Vaulted tab. These items are the definition of the prime junk. Players have so much of them, that these items always cost the lowest price. Then, check the formally vaulted items. These ones are always obtainable, but the ways you can get them are too boring. So, their prices are always a little bit raised, and the cheapest item can cost the same amount of platinum as a common or rare item. Okay, you know what is prime junk, how much does it cost, and how not to sell your items too cheap. And now you might be curious, why do people need this prime junk? Maybe you'll want to start selling it, or maybe you even want to start buying it, but don't know why yet. First and the most popular reason is bear items are selling. The idea is to buy as much prime junk as you can, then wait until Bear brings something valuable. For example, the day I recorded these footages he brought Jolt and Firestorm. Buy up to 50 copies of each valuable item, and then wait a couple of months to start selling them. For example, Firestorm. It costs 350 ducats and 175,000 of credits. Then, before Bear arrived again, it costed around 60 platinum. We can calculate that user got around 100% profit, but of course it requires some credits farming, 1 million for each trade, and it may take up to 10 minutes with right booster and method. The second type of ducat buyers are collectors, the players who want to obtain all the items they can get. It may require unbelievable amount of ducats to buy all of them. I can't even comprehend this number. And the last type of players, I was one of them. please don't try to do it by yourself, are the players who buy mod dark chance boosters. This item can be farmed from any daily and weekly mission, like sortie or aircon hunt, but the chance is low and drop is not guaranteed. So the only one reliable way to get loads of them is to buy them from barrel. The reason why this thing is so desired is that it doubles the drop chances of arcanes, mods and end of farm mobs, and farms related to these items are considered as very profitable and reliable, like wood cascades and arena farming. Your inner greedy corpus might ask, what's the best time to sell or buy junk? Actually, the price may grow when barrel banks are a meta mod, or during the knock-ons in the midsummer, as barrel banks all of his stock for the players who bought a digital ticket, but I actually wouldn't rely on these price rises. Also, traditionally the Russian chat has higher ducat supply, as they have less donation capabilities due to their economy. A couple of years ago, when I needed tons of ducats, I switched the game language to Russian, and surprisingly the prices were 20% lower. Also, time gaps between trades were significantly shorter, so I've been closing my daily trades way faster compared to the English chat. But at the time I prepared this material, the prices were similar as the amount of sellers was low, so you might look towards this or other regional chat with weak real economy, if you can somehow manage to communicate with people. Okay, what about the Soviet Union? From the beginning of this, if this word is applicable, state. The government encouraged people to decommission scrap metal. They've been making school competitions and mandatory scrap quota for organizations. In 80s and 90s, during the Soviet Union collapse, people who were trying to search for metal and who didn't really care about the laws started to scrap anything they could find and could bear on their backs. Manhole covers, fences, road signs, rails, bus stops in central city districts. I don't know what's funnier, that someone thought that steal a bus stop is a good idea, or that's doable in any post-Soviet country, and somebody even managed to steal factory equipment. That situation with scrap led to even worse collapse. By the way, the shoebox which I found in a rented apartment. Moreover, some genius 10 years ago decided to sell radioactive scrap metal from the Chernobyl nuclear power plant to a company from Germany. I remember that 10 years ago Eastern European trading chat was just flooded with messages about prime junk, and I believe that without the Soviet Union we probably wouldn't see developed prime junk market in Warframe.